The Players' Championship will proceed without fans after today's competition is over. The event will continue this weekend with minimal personnel. We heard from PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan say today that the WGC Dell Technologies Match Play Championship, as well as the Valero Texas Open, will be played without spectators. Here is the statement. PGA Tour events across all tours will currently proceed as scheduled, but will do so without fans. This policy starts at the Players' Championship tomorrow, that's Friday, and continues through the Valero Texas Open. It's important to note that could change, but for the time being, this decision allows the PGA Tour, our fans and constituents to plan, prepare, and respond as events develop. We're joined now by Michael Collins, who joins us live from TPC Sawgrass. What's the latest, Caddy, that you're hearing about the PGA Tour's plans?
There is one tournament that was postponed. If you know that next week is the WGC Dell Match Play. There's an opposite field event called the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship that's played in the Dominican Republic. That event has been postponed, and when I talked to the commissioner about it, he said that's due to the travel ban, and it's because some of the international players would not be able to travel to that event. One of the other things that I talked to the commissioner about was, what's the most important thing you want people to know, even though you're having events going on? And he says, Michael, let everyone know that the health and safety of our players, our caddies, our volunteers, everyone involved on the PGA Tour, that's the most important thing to us on the PGA Tour. Now, he was in contact this morning with the CDC, the WHO, and the President of the United States himself called and spoke to the PGA Tour Commissioner about what their plans were going to be. As he said, these plans are fluid and dynamic and could change at any time, but they are expecting to play golf for the rest of this week and next.
Okay, Caddy, we mentioned that there will be no more fans, no more spectators starting tomorrow. There were fans allowed there today. They are not kicking those fans out today. Am I to understand that?
That is exactly correct, and that question was asked in the presser with the commissioner. The fans that are here, will they be asked to leave? What about the fans that are still coming to watch the afternoon rounds? What about them? And the commissioner said, the fans that are here on property now, they can stay as long as they like. The fans that are making their way to this tournament, the Players' Championship, which is the PGA Tour's flagship event, they will be welcomed in as well. There is also a plan in place for fans that are not comfortable or aren't ticketed for today, since they won't be able to come out here. They will be issued refunds.
I did wonder if it would impact the coronavirus. It would impact how big of a crowd they had out there. How would you compare it to what you typically see at this event?
As perfect as the weather is for today's first round, normally the crowds would be absolutely packed. And it is not packed, but I gotta tell you, it is not empty either. There are plenty of fans here, and they are enjoying the golf that they're watching. I'm surprised at how many people have come out to the tournament today.
I do want to ask you this, Caddy, because the PGA did, before they announced today that they were not going to allow fans at their tournaments in the foreseeable future, they did announce that they had a precautionary measure in place that no autographs would be allowed to be asked. When you're talking to players, what are you gauging from them on the steps being taken to protect them?
Well, the players that I spoke to this morning before they got their round started, I asked them, what are you going to do different? What are you going to do different? And almost every player initially looked a little bit confused, like, well, what are we supposed to do different? And I said, what about interacting with the fans? Bryson DeChambeau probably said it best. He said, I'm not going to go anywhere near the ropes anytime I don't have to. And that's not just for me. That's for their safety, too, for their safety and for mine. So I might acknowledge the crowd when they clap, but I'm not going to be fist bumping or high-fiving. Now, yesterday, plenty of players were signing autographs, but they were only using the pen that they had themselves. They weren't taking anything from fans. That has definitely changed going into today. And I'll tell you, the one thing I did ask the commissioner, since they're planning on playing golf and golfers are going to travel, I said, Mr. Commissioner, a lot of the players on the PGA Tour, they travel commercial. These guys don't travel on private. Are you still comfortable having your players go to airports and get on commercial airlines? And he said, absolutely, we're still comfortable with it. While safety is definitely our #1 priority, if the airports are open, we're comfortable with our players getting on those planes and going to those events.
All right, that is Michael Collins joining us live from TPC Sawgrass. The Players' Championship will go on as planned, but starting tomorrow, there will be no fans in attendance. Thanks for joining us here.